Alright. So last time, uh, Chihiro was murdered, um, and was, found suspending in the girls' changing room outside the pool from, like, a weightlifting, like, thing. Uh, and behind her was written, Bloodlust. Um,
Which is the MO of a certain serial killer.
yes. Which Byakuya seems to believe that, this certain serial killer was involved in
Yes,
this murder.
yes, because Byakuya is just a stand-up guy
He
who really
just,
wants to help the common folk, and he immediately saw it as his civic duty, his noblesse oblige, to come and help us.
yes, and he really liked Chihiro, so I'm sure he really is sad about that. Very sad. Yeah.
And then we found a very suspicious stain in
Mm,
the boys' locker room,
yes.
as well as the fact that the posters in the both of those locker rooms were swapped. Which
Well,
I am ashamed to admit was like the first thing that I noticed. I saw Chihiro being suspended there, and I'm just like, "Hey, it's the poster!" And then yeah,
besides,
I have no reason why. I have no idea why I noticed the poster right away. Anyways,
but before the trial happened, um, Mundo and Taka became best buddies or best bros forever, through manly bonding of some sort that we don't really know what happened. Very weird. Uh, Chihiro was feeling very, not really concerned, just sad and upset with, herself and just not happy.
bit of inferiority issues going on, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, saying she wanted to be strong. Um, and also Byakuya started not, uh, going to breakfast, and Toko also followed suit with that, with not going to breakfast every day, and also
Celeste, was that
no
Celeste?
Toko, the braided haired,
Oh, Kyoko.
no, the two braids, dark purple hair, glasses, really likes Byakuya.
Her, the
Yes,
author girl. Yeah, okay.
yes. She also stopped going to breakfast and possibly not following the nighttime rule that they made, the group. But Byakuya definitely is not following that rule. And is going out whenever he wants. So that's kind of where we are. That's kind of what happened. Let's go to the class trial and solve this murder.
We also had that issue with the student handbooks.
Yeah, the
And Byakuya
handbooks.
seemed very informed about this
Yes, they
for some
got
reason.
updated. So is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is. You really don't remember.
Come on.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna
Okie
do?
dokie, I'll go ahead and bring her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. So nice. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! Woo! So now everyone's here, right? Okay, then let's hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going then? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. See, Byakuya is really concerned. He wants to know who killed Chihiro. He wants to know.
I wish I had popcorn to eat right now. I'd be eating a lot of popcorn after reading that line, you know?
Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made that choice to kill a girl like that.
Kill a girl like that, right? Is that
And
why
that
her
murderer.
thing went missing? Her student handbook went
Yeah,
missing?
her handbook was missing, and Like,
and in the posters and stuff were swapped from the boys' room and the girls' room.
lots of things going on. We'll have to unravel this mystery. Peel this onion to unveil the layers. Like Shrek. And that murderer is one of us. One of you is Shrek. I mean, the murderer. The blackened. Yeah.
You know, the problem with the onion analogy is that, I actually read this the other day, is that every single layer of an onion is identical to the last.
No.
So you're not really getting anywhere.
Well, we gotta get to the core of the onion then. We gotta get to
Okay, that's
the
fair.
core. The core to the truth. The core to this despair.
Okay, alright.
Someone's standing right here. It was you! You ready? We doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. Kyoko's like hiding behind Toko. I mean, not Toko, Taka.
She really is like totally hiding behind.
There we go. Just is her shadow there inside. Like, Taka, what's going on there? You growing your hair out? He wouldn't do that.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Hey, come
Fucking
on.
Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? That's Fumi. How are you feeling, Fumi?
Oh, very
Miss
sad.
Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
If only he was meta enough to know that he was 2D, he'd love himself.
I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. There isn't something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think that mere shock is enough to explain that. Very. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you.
Oh, we'll show you already.
We'll show you. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
True.
Not gonna talk to what's your face? Or she's just gonna like scowl at us. Like
Oh,
she usually
Toko was
does?
like, she was just like, eh. She was just
Okay.
like grunting and just like not having a good time.
You know, Celeste is like, Toko's acting particularly strange recently, and then I'm like, you know what? Her scowling at us and looking at us and stuttering is literally the exact thing that she's been doing the entire game. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Maybe not hiding in her room, but everything else matches up.
I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. I couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I've redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very
Good. You're rare you go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, I would like to say thank you very much. Very nice. Okay, no, I don't want that. I want skills. I know we got...
What? We got a new skill recently, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a few. We got that one. I think that's it. Okay. That'll be helpful. Yeah, that'll be helpful. Cool. And I'll still do my saving every once in a while because I do what I want.
His reasons.
Yeah, reasons.
Randomness, basically, or what?
Just every time I can find a spot.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Let me remember what button. Okay, that's the button. Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Murder weapon! Alright. First, we have to make it clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Do, 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 do. Alright.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yep.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Why?
No, that's wrong.
Why would you think that? Where? Where'd you find an iron pipe?
Can we
I
agree
don't
that
know.
the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yeah, you know the thing with the blood on it? And even Kyoko was like, yeah, this looks like a dumbbell.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's
Yep.
head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah.
Yay! That's so creepy!
That.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's
I
move
mind.
on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Ooh.
What?
Dang.
For real?
Right? Yeah, man.
Chihiro's killer is
Oh man, we just started! Byakuya, spoilers!
the
Yeah,
Finnish
man, come
serial
on.
killer, Genocide Jack.
Oh shit, boy. Genocide Jack, the Finnish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Oh, yeah, what was it? Those sweet lines of whiteness. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that, because I said it to Gentle just because I'm like, we're just getting through this. This isn't me trying to do crazy tricks and shit. Yeah.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Nope.
No,
There
that's
is
wrong.
some proof of it. Indeed, there is.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
Do a quick save-a-rooney.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Yeah, guys, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Don't worry about it.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No, it's just you, man.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Tell him, Naegi.
The fact that all of the victims were male as well.
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not speaking, has to do with the positioning. Yeah, how the position.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Yeah, that was the part that was not released to the public.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Not the exact same.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware
How
of it?
could they have known?
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
Only one.
They read the file.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Becky, you're so smart. What would we do without you?
No fucking way!
I think
You're
it's the
saying
glasses.
Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Browncat, spoiler warnings! Come on!
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Oh my god, it's Toko?
No shit, boy.
What?
I can't believe this!
No, it can't be.
Hey,
It never would have been
hold
Toko.
on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Very good point, Hina.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Shut up, hero.
You know, if Yasuhiro was like a character in a video game, okay, so I guess he is. If he was a character in an RPG, he would have taken all of his points from intelligence and just put them into his afro. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm jealous of that man's hair.
Oh,
I'll be real
hello.
with y'all.
Dude,
There's a
his
person
charisma,
here.
his charisma is just like off the charts.
Hello.
That's why
welcome.
everybody hasn't voted for him yet.
Yeah,
True.
it's just radiating off of him. That's how his hair goes up like that. Just gravity is like not working around him. He's that good.
That or a fuck ton of hair gel. Like, way too much.
I don't think he can afford it.
Probably not.
Even though he is the ultimate clairvoyant. Yeah, anyway. Let's continue with the murder. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko? The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Okay, so for this part, it is very inaccurate of what word they're using, and kind of insulting. But, yeah. This game is somewhat old, so...
Z? I would say Z-O, right? Schizo?
I thought it was T, or it gets...
No, it's Z.
Okay.
Z-O.
Well, I need an O now. O? Where's the freaking O? What? There.
Oh, you almost got baited because those both looked like O's.
I know, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure those are C's. Alright. But yeah, schizo is not the appropriate word to use for that.
Because Genocide Jack
It's multiple personality disorder, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
But being
Yeah.
schizophrenic and multiple personality disorder are not the same thing, but whatever.
But that's like the jargon. That's what most people would
Yeah.
think it would be. But no, it isn't technically right. You're right.
Yeah. Is because Genocide Jack has a split personality.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Correct.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Even though he's technically right, it still is a little bit of an
I got it.
overreach.
Yeah.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
No flashback. I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. I cannot do that laugh. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine, guys.
Melancholy
Nothing to be concerned about at all.
Disappeared.
Very normal. Definitely normal Toko things that she says. You know, very normal.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again.
Oh yeah,
she
this
was
is the
utterly
Danganronpa
calm.
with that character. She's my favorite.
Oh, Celeste?
Maybe I don't actually remember her name.
Celestia Ludenberg?
The gambler girl? The
Yeah.
girl with the hair? The long hair right there?
Very specific. This is Danganronpa.
The torpedo hair.
Okay, fair.
Torpedo hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's wearing the like Victorian outfit and has all the card
the maid thing.
themes.
Yeah, the gothic Lolita.
Yes.
Oh, right.
In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
No flashback. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
Squippy save.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Uh-oh.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
The person.
You don't mean...
The one and only. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
There she is!
It was fun.
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up? Some of us think
She's so cheery.
the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This
Shoot, I
should
thought
be
she was
enough
gonna
to
give us
convince
some-
you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Just, some straight up villain dialogue.
Yeah.
Go straight up on the pain rant from Naruto. No, she's just crazy. That's it.
I thought we were gonna have some philosophy dropped on us for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Not in my Danganronpa
No.
game, please, thank you.
Not yet, anyway. Okay.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Why did she tell you?
Because she was backed into a corner.
Well, she told him before the motive.
Our character went into the library with Byakuya.
Oh, when she
Yeah.
told the prick dude?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Him.
Because she wanted in his pants.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. But she told him
Didn't
before.
she say that?
Yeah, she basically said that
She
she
was
like,
all like, you said if I kept my promise, I'd go out with you.
But he
or
said,
something like that.
yeah, but he said that was, you keep saying that, but I didn't agree to that, basically. So she told him the information without actually making a promise, really.
Right, but then thought she did because, yeah.
But, like, because technically she already did the part about revealing a secret, which was supposed to be the payment for keeping the promise. So, doesn't really work.
Meanwhile, the teddy bear is just sitting there laughing.
Yeah, like, what a creepazoid!
You did my job for me. Thanks.
Oh.
You get to die anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hooray!
Interesting. Very
All's well that
very
ends well.
Interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Dun dun dun!
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah.
yes.
I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something still bothered me. What she said, I need to get some more detail about all of this. Do, 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 do.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
It doesn't, though.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong, Byakuya.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, Byakuya.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
You wouldn't know. You don't know anything. Don't be so shocked.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Hey, I'm offended. I love Chef Boyardee.
But would you want to go to a fancy restaurant just to be served that?
You know, going to a super expensive Italian place, I want that house-made family recipe, straight Italian.
Yep. So that's the point she's trying to make.
If I don't get a limited salad and breadsticks, I'm not interested.
Alright.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yeah.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Now you'll see a clear difference. Victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Yup.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
I think I count 5 there.
Oh yeah, there's
Those are 5
quite
pairs
a
of scissors.
lot.
Just 8 pairs of scissors, Makoto.
Yeah.
She's an artist, okay?
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Yep.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
And she was suspended. The rest of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. What was used to suspend her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
Now we're getting
He
somewhere.
used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And she's doing it in the correct way, like how Jesus was done. Because people, this is a weird pet peeve of mine, but I hate when people have like photos of Jesus where he has a hole like in the palm of his hand. That's not how you crucify somebody. You have to get it down under your wrist to get in between your bones and your forearm. That's how you crucify somebody. The more you know. Anyway, murder!
So what you're telling me is that when you play Fallout New Vegas, you always side with Caesar's Legion. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Got a bomb, baby. Got a bomb.
Alright. Back to murder.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangements.
Very, very particular scissors.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Kodo.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
We have a nickname. We're next now. You know?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all
There's
guys.
a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Quick save a Rooney. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why. Because Chihiro was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, 32. Tatsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. And a bunch of names. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Very particular men.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
So embarrassing! Oh my god, I kill people I'm attracted to. Oh no. So embarrassing.
So she's the ultimate yandere.
Kinda, yeah.
I swear, there needs to be another term for that. Yanderes are loyal. They wouldn't kill the people they love.
Yeah, usually not. But
She's just showing them her affection, don't you know?
Yeah, but I think she is much more interested in their appearance than their, like, your personality.
Being alive.
Yeah. Anyway.
The hell is wrong with you?
Especially because since all the guys were different ages, it would be, and how many she killed, she probably wouldn't have known really a lot of them personally.
True.
So she probably just killed anyone that seemed physically attractive to her.
Oh, you're cute. Come here, I'm gonna make you
Yeah.
cuter. Stab, stabby, stab.
Stabby, stab.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan-madam!
So since
What?
Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
I'm not sure exactly what she means by that, but I'm thinking something to do with if she kills them, she feels like they're hers forever because they died by her. Some kind of thing like that. I don't know. Anyway.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Yeah.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Dun dun dun.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Also, I don't know if you caught it, but on her leg, I'm assuming she marks her leg every time she kills somebody. Because it's marked how somebody would, like, you know how you make, like, dash lines and then you cross out 4 or to make 5?
Yeah, for 5. Yeah.
So they do it with the kanji for 5. So basically, each time there's a stroke in the number 5, they add a line. So that's what she has
That's
on
her
her
body
leg.
count.
Yeah, that is her body count, and not maybe the way she wished it was.
Can you imagine being Toko and waking up from the other side killing somebody, only to look down at your leg and realize you have, like, not just like 1 or 2, but like 3 or 4 more of those marks on yourself?
No. Well, Toko's usually the one who has to clean up after her, I think. Because based on the case files, it said that afterwards or something that it seemed like how they acted would change, like
Have remorse, which is why I thought the split personality.
Yeah. Or just like how they would move, or if they would try to hide evidence and things like that would seem very different compared to somebody who would just go out to attack somebody, to be a serial killer kind of thing. Very different. Anyway, yeah.
She's fully equipped. That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Yeah, she couldn't have done it, guys. She doesn't know how to tie a good knot. Like,
damn, how could we thought of that?
Gosh, we're so blind.
She can't tie a knot. She can't get him to stay. That's why she's got to kill him.
Oh.
Well, shit.
I have no
When you
idea
put it
what's
like
going on
that.
anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really
No,
was
but she's innocent
suspended,
of this,
right?
possibly.
And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. Me! I knew about it! One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Hifumi! No, yeah.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Dun dun dun. How the tables have turned, Byakuya.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents.
I must have out for a bit. I might be back in later. Enjoy your Danganronpa.
Later, fam.
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
That's that.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
I vote that if he's found guilty and he did it, that she gets to kill him. Because that would be great. That'd be perfect. Poetic justice, don't you think?
Yeah.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious. It seems nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But you wouldn't have known that before unless you were the killer.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Oh, let's see what's this one. And a weak spot, hold on. Okay, so it's this part. Okay. Okay, I remember how to do this.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
That's not the right thing.
But he was acting weird
How? If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
Okay, I don't
room,
think it's the right thing.
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd
Oh,
taken
dang
me
it.
with you.
Okay, so it was the thing. I thought it was something else. Maybe I was thinking of a different part.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found
How
the
do
body.
I... No.
But he was acting weird. How?
Okay, I don't know.
If
Usually
you're
there's a way to
presented
speed
with
it
the
up.
opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
But just in case,
I'll tell you what's so strange about
I'm going to now load real quick. And then
on the
Okay, go ahead.
go through that again. I need to figure out which button is the fast forward button. I don't remember.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
if you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely... That's a
There we go.
natural reaction
Got
for
it.
any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
But you didn't know that.
Yep. Cause
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see.
Unless you knew.
That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
what's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Maybe.
The wire.
Yep. I think so. I think that's what the part is. Yeah.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Arrange the body, maybe.
But Chihiro
I'm not
was
sure.
suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get
Oh, I
it
guess
from,
so.
huh?
I did miss it.
I'd never seen that
Oh.
rope before in my
Wait,
life.
Yes. Yeah,
Wait.
this is it.
Obviously, somebody
I
else
messed
must
up.
have had it hidden away somewhere.
Dang it! Messed up.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same...
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my...
There we go. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Redo! So we can get all the coins!
Actually, I'm pretty.
We need all the coins.
Oh, you have to get it the first time you get the maximum amount of coins?
Yeah, just
I
cause
see.
so then we don't have to go through
What's wrong?
a clash trial again.
What?
There is more. We the proof.
Oh?
Skip to this part. Okay. Go back to this. And
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same...
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something very.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in...
bam! There we
No,
go.
that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Quick save. Alright.
Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Gasp!
What?
It is a pretty long extension cord, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be able to tie her up like that.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Gasp.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And
They said
Byakuya
nothing
must
about
be
it.
the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
What could it be?
Seen on the carpet.
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. But does that mean... Can I really just accept that what Byakuya just said as truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off. Scene of crime.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
That's what he said.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
I wish the screen had like slapped him or something.
Anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. The posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about. right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Can you?
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gone into the boys' locker room somehow?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
His handbook was broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro
Supposedly.
used Leon's
But
handbook.
couldn't she have discharged it?
No, it couldn't turn on. Like, it was
Gotcha.
completely dead. And then the only other two handbooks that were there would be Sayaka's and Junko's.
Gotcha.
So.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, Hero.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Taka, it's not time to vote yet. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
I can practically see the blood coming from his
I
nose.
declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
This is what Kyoko was working on the entire time you weren't seeing her.
Maybe. I don't think so. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... scene of the crime.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Oh,
Want
are
to
we
check
getting
it
that?
again?
Are you getting that
Be sure to
revelation?
examine
Are we
the
doing that
entire body
revelation?
very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Oop,
No, wait!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
You're a
That's
Yuri
not it at all.
fangirl, okay?
Stop screwing
Or
around.
I'm sorry, a Yaoi fangirl.
Okay, here I go.
But I guess she's interested in Yuri as well.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting our hands together in a brief... Oh. What's up?
I was gonna say, I don't kink shame unless it's murder. If it's murder, then I kink shame.
Alright. Putting our hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Oh boy.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
She's going Super Saiyan.
Sakura's eyes were straining wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is
a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Same.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
It doesn't sound like Jill, it sounds like what's her face?
Yeah.
Fuko.
Well, I mean, it's the same voice actor. It's just different voices.
Yeah, but still well.
I don't think Toko would admit this.
And she doesn't have her tongue hanging out too, so it's kind of it's whatever.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Dot.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Let's go back.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Do a little quick save after all that talking.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. That thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So, Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you,
He always
Makoto?
is.
After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Dun dun dun!
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My
'Cause he was
reasons
bored.
hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Were you not paying attention, those last few seconds?
He was very eager to blame this on Byakuya. He
Yeah.
did this. He was like the first dude who's like, it was Byakuya.
He kind of goes along with everything.
That is true.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Yeah.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
God damn it, Byakuya. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the murder scene. The killer's a guy. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
That's it, because she saw him at the...
In the warehouse.
All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only...
Nope.
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for
Track
him.
jacket?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Track jacket and a duffel bag.
You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Maybe. Somehow, it's really hard to believe.
This case is actually a lot more complicated than I thought it was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No.
My tracksuit is black.
Dang it.
I don't even have
I
a
tried to make it
tracksuit.
all, like, dramatic and more.
Exercising.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
First of all, we know he was on his way, so next thing, why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Shit.
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
Oh.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Maybe your best bro isn't
No,
worthy of bro.
that can't be it. The bag and clothes were
Maybe he's
surely
actually-
disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the duffel jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he
There
talked.
was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's
Yes, I noticed
and
that
when
in
he was
the.
killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
Yes, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying at the very beginning of the case. Even before we walked out of the room where we found Chihiro, he was referring to Chihiro as dude, and I'm like, why are you saying dude?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I did.
She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Gasp.
I just like to throw this out here. Considering the kind of touching scene that Mondo had defending Chihiro earlier on against, I can't remember who it was, but he was like
Byakuya.
defending her.
Yeah,
against
Byakuya was kind of.
Byakuya. Yeah, he was defending her, or him, I should say, at this point, against Byakuya, and that was like, oh man, he's an honorable dude, and my dad before he died, or whatever. I think maybe
his
it was
brother.
his brother. Yeah, his brother. His brother's like, you got to make a promise, and a promise, keeping a promise is what defines you as a man, and blah blah blah. And I would, I got to defend people, and I'm just like, wow, you're a full dude. And then it turns out he murdered Chihiro. And
Yep.
This is some shit right here.
Oh yeah. Let's finish up, shall we?
Mondo, was it really you?
Because now we have to figure out some solid evidence to prove that he did it.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Ooh, he was saying something about that when we were investigating.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? It must have belonged to Chihiro.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How
Maybe it's out of power.
precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Or maybe something's wrong with the screen.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
One particular weak point. What could it be?
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Amazing!
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Thank you for educating us today.
So
Anyway,
Leon
if you found the
used his
victim's
handbook in the sauna?
Something else, maybe.
Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
About that.
I might know someone who did.
Yeah.
Whoa! Seriously? I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Taka knows. I had to be the one who wore all their... It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was...
3 minutes to make this decision.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo
know
and
he's your
Taka
bro,
had
man,
an
but-
endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Wait, missed it. Okay.
See? Makoto was wrong after. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test Makoto's.
If what he said,
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it though?
No, that's wrong.
What if he has Leon's
Mondo,
handbook?
the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look
It's very dead.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are
Let's see
wrong!
it.
You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Alright, closing argument. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so then went into the book and then the boy side. Went into there. Got the weight and then whack. And then it went splatter down everywhere. Pop, pop, pop. Grab that and that. I went to girls' room. The girls' change room. Put the card in there. Put everything in the other room. And done. Then of course Byakuya comes over with like being an asshole. Messes with the whole scene.
He truly is a nutcase if he actually just did this just to throw us off, like, why dirty the waters? Why muddy the waters?
You'll see.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Dun dun dun. Complete. Come on, quick little save. You save?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. What is this one? Oh, okay. I don't think this is something I have to worry about. Okay, so yeah, that's not something I have to worry about. Cool. Here we go.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it!
So, we basically just played a rhythm game just now to break his doubt or whatever.
Yeah, because he was just like a frenzy, basically. Like, he wouldn't stop talking. Kind of like with Leon, where he was just like, stupid, 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 stupid.
Yeah.
Where he was just stuck in this, like, absolute refusal to even think about it.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
That's the end of the last trial. I don't think I got it. Yeah, I didn't get it all the way. Oh well, that's fine. We'll still get plenty of points. Plenty of coins. Yeah. That's good.
Is A the highest rank?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Nice.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it
gonna be? Who sound guilty? Monokuma vote. It's Mudo!
I'll be honest, I didn't expect this twist. I thought it was Byakuya, 100%.
This time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Wada! In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it.
He's still? Okay, wow.
Because, he really considers him like a brother.
The dissonance is astounding.
There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Why did you do it? So he's accepted that he did do it, but he doesn't know why.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so let me explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the certainly key to fast forward to the next. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He had heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weaknesses. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. No, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken deep root inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to delude. I don't know. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
That was my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger, accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought on the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person who he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Such a hero probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Alas, Mr. Mancho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and wait, why is it saying Chihiro? It should say Monokuma. Okay. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his inspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come too close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed?
That makes sense, but as far as him making that decision doesn't make sense. Let me just keep his secret. After killing him, I'll steal his life, but not reveal a secret.
Well, there's a bit more we're gonna hear from Monokuma. Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me
What could he
repeat
have
myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother!
Holy shit. Really?
Mondo, the biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo
Even
was
there.
Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother.
Epitome.
Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But then, Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... lying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then, the hateful Monokuma announced that the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo... After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to help, to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife... Mondo. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change no matter... I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying...
What?
If I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you! And stronger than Taya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lives in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him! You see? You're all just like him! For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead! Say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say. But, unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well,
That's what I promised you, right? That blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader.
Just get run over by motorcycles or something?
No, wait.
Let's
Given everything we've got, it's punishment time. I said, wait.
one man to another.
You'll see. Boop. Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. This one's very interesting.
It's a roll cage of fire-breathing tigers?
The Cage of Death. You'll see soon. Whee! In he goes. So you know how, like in NASA, they do some G-force stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but worse. Much worse. Until...
Imagine the motorcycle ran out of gas.
Where's Mondo? Mondo butter.
Okay then.
Yeah, basically the G-force became so bad that he turned into mush. Into a butter-like substance. Yeah, anyway. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless. Like the voice of death, it chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing
Well,
to be
I don't
done.
particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would have livened things up. You did all that? To liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiments. Once I do decide to become a blackened, I know now who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. Oh, this punishment, oh, this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean.
What the
Mean. Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Takami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting
so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you! I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper! Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear of despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Oh.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end.
So it looks like we got a double agent.
10 surviving students. To be continued.
In every case, kills off 2 people.
Yep. You receive the crazy diamond present. Or
maybe 3 people if there's 2 victims and 1
Maybe.
killer.
That is a possibility, because that is one of the rules. That you can only kill upward of 2 people. Dot dot dot. Sniff. Sniff, sniff.
I know I shouldn't cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon, it's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, Mazalides.
Okay.
Oh, God of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. Donuts are her favorite food. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Huh?
What's that sound? It sounded like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
I'm super scared, but is someone there? Gasp! Chapter 3. A next generation legend. Santal, galactic hero. Daily life. What a title. The morning after the conclusion of the second-class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall just like always. And I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kinda sucks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Asuhina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh.
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she's so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then.
So, it's just the 7 of us then. It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not.
His whole life view has been shattered.
Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because Mondo. The 2 of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro, and then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him. Well, so I mean that's what's gonna happen now. We have done any way out. We have no idea if help's gonna come. Now I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well,
here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does this perversion. For in which case, in our current situation, not... Demon Angel, pretty fudgy princess!
Huh?
Here we go.
Maggie the jail shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon cat girl dog boy, Robo Justice the galactic warrior, and what I mean is there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to
A
be
fate
done.
worse than death.
The mastermind puts such base desires to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well, anyway, since Tucka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, we're all gonna work hard together and spend the rest of the day searching school. Searching?
I'm right,
Well,
right?
I mean, since the class trial is over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be a new place for us to investigate.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well
Then, once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me and so I appeared.
What?
Nobody called you for you! What the? How come it's Genocide Jill and not Toko?
Yes!
God, this place is just amazing! Finally, a place I can just be my murderous self! Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me! Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. Yeah, if she weren't here, my chance of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. Yeah, so she's just here sometimes, no? So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after our much-needed but very annoying meal, we set to work. We set to work looking around the school. Oh boy! Is anyone still in here? Oh, okay. Leave the area. So, the new area is another floor to the school.
Can we check on Hina?
Maybe. We can see. We can check on her door. Let's see. Windows, Psychos, Pinocchios, Chinkos, Tokos, Hina. This is Hina's room. I don't have anything I need to talk to her about right now. I should try to find somewhere I haven't visited before. Okay. So, nope. And she's fine. She's just in her room. Hey, buddy. Nothing changed on this floor. The only difference is the gate blocking the stairs leading up to the third floor is gone. I guess that's where they want us to head up next. I wonder what kind of crazy stuff is up there. Okay, there's the third floor is over here. The third floor of Hope's Peak Academy. I wonder what we're gonna find this time. What's up here? Alright, so this way we have 2 classrooms. I'm getting tired of this. Nothing in particular. Despair Squadron.
So in the
The
end,
windows up here are also barred with metal plates. Not surprising, I suppose. Escape still looks impossible. But I'd better check all the other metal plates again, just to be sure. Oh right, wait, nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright. There's a room here. So this is a recreation room, a place for students to come and relax. I never would imagine a school having a place like this. Well, no normal school would. It has Othello, shogi, even a dartboard and a pool table. And look at this. They have even provided us with a remarkable number of magazines.
Isn't it wonderful?
Those will certainly be helpful in keeping our boredom at bay.
Listen up!
Ring, ring, ring! Hello there! Allow me to expound. We've got fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, video games, baseball, science, all kind of magazines. Oh, but nothing is dirty. Nothing dirty. This is a school after all. If you need a quick fix, check out the swimsuit mags.
So then...
And will you be adding to our collection as new issues come out?
Too bad.
Sorry, no can do. Even if I wanted to. Right now, magazines are kinda what?
Watch out!
Oops! Nothing, never mind. No. Anyway, that's it for my expoundation. Goodbye-bye!
Magazines are hard to come by, maybe? Because reasons?
What he just said. I know, right? It bothers me too.
Most unfortunate.
Life here would be that much nicer if he could add some new issues once in a while. How disappointing. Really? Very important. Table here simulates the desk of the classroom, but it's kind of not. Pool table? Pool table isn't normal school equipment. Is this thanks to Monokuma, or did the school buy it? Dartboard. There's even a dartboard. Did Monokuma put this here, or was it always part of the school? Hey, extra coin. Oh boy. It looks like some kind of bottle, but what the heck is it? Maybe it's just for decoration or something. Magazines. There are all different kinds of magazines here on the shelf. They even have a bunch of monthly comics, but without getting regular updates, what's the point? Okay. It's a beat-up old locker. This isn't especially important right now, so I don't need to open it. Okay. That's basically it. What's in this room? Oh. Hello. So the third floor opened up this time. After a brief investigation, it looks like there's a physics lab in our room. I also found a huge machine of some kind in the physics lab. I wonder what it does. Very interesting. I just noticed that these look like electrical poles.
Yeah, they're probably
like street poles.
They probably have something to do with the structural integrity of the building.
And they even have like lights, like right on them. That's interesting. I never noticed that they look like it. Look like that though.
So we get a new floor every single time a trial happens?
Yep. At first glance, this looks like any normal art room, but something bad seems off. There are multiple things. Yeah, a few things, but there's some statues. This is a statue of Neo. I've never really heard of anyone using a Neo statue for drawing classes or whatever. Venus statue. Yep, definitely very art roomish. Is this a statue of Monokuma? Who would ever want to make something like that? So the quality is surprising. A coin. Well, well, look at all this equipment. It certainly scratches that artistic itch of mine. Art supplies, of course, but they've also collected all kinds of sculpting tools. So, Fumi, do you like sculpting and sculptures and figurines and stuff?
Yes, indeed.
Well, normally I limit myself to 2D, but figurines are like borderline 2D, so it's okay. I don't know how that's borderline, but okay. I'm a fan of Chiranbo, Pumpkinhead, and I especially admire anything that Shabura Rongi makes. Chirabando's ability to respect the movement of muscles is exquisite, as seen in his Mama Cat series. Pumpkinhead is like a little sculpture fairy, representing the century's greatest quality. Saburo Ronpunki, meanwhile, is known for his Mecha Mazumi series, which led to a worldwide tour. Truly, they can only be regarded as the Elite Four. But one of your elite is missing. Well, the Elite Three just sounds stupid now, doesn't it?
Yes.
Besides, an empty seat rightly belongs to me. Today begins my reign as the legendary ruler of the next century. I see. Well, good luck with that. Okay. Let's check out this back room here. This is the repository that's attached to the art room. It's used to store different artsy things. Nani? There's something on the floor. It looks like a picture. As I stretched out my hand to pick it up, almost as if on its own, my hand froze. Huh? What I saw in that picture was Chihiro, Leon, and Mondo, and they were smiling. What is this? Questions started racing through my head, one after the other. Why is it only these three people here? What are they doing together? How come they're smiling like that? When was it taken? When was it taken? Who took it? Where's the camera they used? How'd they get it developed? And in the picture, the window in the classroom, there's no metal plate covering it. Which must mean, wherever this picture was taken, it wasn't here at Hope's Peak? But there was no time to find an answer. All the questions floating around my head were quickly drowned out by... That's mine! Give it back! Monokuma appeared out of nowhere and snatched the photo, and any chance I had at answers evaporated. You peeked, didn't you? Well, they all had some pretty dazzling smiles,
Isn't that
They were
wonderful?
definitely living their school life. It's like they ripped a page right out of the School of Youth. What's going on with that picture? Do you know? I'm not telling you nothing. Why can't you give me a straight answer? Never mind. I don't even know why I bothered asking. Yummers. There are wooden melons hanging on the wall, but I had to guess I'd seen they use them for making sculptures. Rolly cart. A dolly. They must use it to move all the statues around. Nope. Okay. So, there's more stairs over there. And if we go down this way, we find the physics lab with a very fancy door.
What the heck is this for?
This is the physics lab. It's less like a classroom, more like some kind of research institution. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Hey, Taka, don't you think this place is like some kind of research institution? Still no reaction. What's up with this ridiculously big machine?
Watch out!
Watch out! What? You want to do some quantum leaping? Huh? That's a time machine! Pretty awesome, right? It was designed by a student right here at Hope's Peak. The ultimate physicist. Although they don't go here anymore, they died during the tragedy. A time machine? Seriously, so it can go back in time? Okay then, let me get in there. If I can go back to the past, then I can. This time I'll stop Mondo for sure. Oh, sorry, not possible. This particular time machine can only go back 1 minute. It comes in handy when you, leave your pizza bagels in the microwave 1 minute too long. 1 minute? You sound disappointed. But actually, I was lying about the whole thing anyway. There's no such thing as time machines. What?
Hey!
Honestly, it's just an air purifier. An air purifier?
In other words...
It can produce clean air no matter where you're at. With that thing, you could even live on Mars. But what with the discombobulating gravity and deadly low temperatures, you probably don't want to live on Mars.
You guys...
Anyway, this machine is the reason you guys have all this delicious air. So don't go messing with it. You break it, and it's your butt. This huge thing is just an air purifier? More than that. To go out of your way to say something you know will hurt someone who's already suffering. God damn you. Hey, good.
Yeah,
Suffering! Yeah, it's kind of his thing. You must use these for physics experiments and stuff. There's materials, pulleys, steel plates, magnets, and all kinds of stuff I don't even recognize. Yeah, coin! But what's that? Ooh, what could that be? Oh, it's a digital camera, but it's got some kind of weird anime style design on it. It's kind of beat up, but it looks like it still turns on just fine. Yep, it still works. I should show the others later.
Not gonna lie, I'd be totally paranoid about going around exploring stuff.
This is the equipment room. It's super disorganized, and there's a strange chemical smell in the air. Ah, this place is so relaxing, so calming. The smell of formaldehyde is almost unbearable. It's so tempting. I just want to dunk myself right in.
Be my guest.
Of course, Genocide Jack likes it. That just goes to show how disgusting it really is. I discovered a lot of stuff, and it was all strange, but I don't know if any of it was an actual clue. I'm just getting more confused. Maybe I should head to the dining hall and talk about it with everyone else. For now, I should head to the dining hall. Back I go. Hina! When I got back to the dining hall, the first thing I noticed was... Hina? I tried to talk to her, but my voice was immediately drowned out by the others as they rushed into the dining hall.
Hina.
Huh? I thought she was sick or something. Everyone rushed past me and crowded around Hina. Being surrounded by everyone like that, Hina looked really uncomfortable.
Hina.
Are you feeling better already? Yeah, I ate a few donuts and that really helped a lot. I do love those donuts. But wasn't it your stomach that was hurting? Well, my stomach ache kind of made me hungry, so, you know. I guess my memory's kind of funny lately. They say that a goldfish will eat however much food you give it, even if it's about to burst. Miss Asahina's pretty much the same, it looks like.
Just a second.
Hey, you of all people don't have any room to talk?
Well,
anyway, I was worried about you. Sorry.
Uh,
Besides that, you... Jeez, your knockers are huge! What the heck? Did you convince them to double up on milk production? Stay away from her, fiend! Anyway, first things first, we should talk about what we found, right, Taka? Right! Right, Taka? Right. Taka, what'd you find? It's no use. Good job, Taka. Thanks. Oh, I just remembered. I saw Byakuya a little while ago. What? Where? Where was he? You kind of scared me. Where was he? He was in the locker room. He had a huge stack of books he must have got from the library.
No.
So that's where he was hiding. I won't let him get away from me.
Maybe we should go check on Byakuya.
She just ran off. Is she okay? We should not concern ourselves with her. Yeah, you're right. I don't wanna.
Correct.
There was a rather remarkable physics lab on the 3rd floor. In the middle of the room, there was a machine bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Oh yeah, apparently it's an air purifier? Huh? That's something like that. What's something like that doing there? Is the device really that big? I don't really get it. Okay. Sakura? I searched the entire 3rd floor, but all the windows and the halls and the rooms were blocked off. I wish they'd give this a rest already, for serious! Give me back my bright blue skies. Just forget about it.
Impossible.
You make it sound like I dropped a nickel or something. Just to be sure, I went from one end to the other, testing each metal plate. None of them budged.
So in the end...
It would seem escape via the 3rd floor is as impossible as we feared. I see. Celeste's hiding. There is one piece of good news. There just so happens to be a rec room up on the 3rd floor. I have no doubt that our student life here will be even more enjoyable because of it. Will someone join me in a game of Othello sometime?
Mm-hmm.
There was an art room on the 3rd floor and it had all kinds of gear. Now I'll be able to recreate all my favorite anime characters.
Do we really want to know that is?
Oh yeah, speaking of anime, that reminds me, I found something while I was looking around.
Perhaps.
A digital camera. That's what it seems like.
Hmm.
Does it still work? Yeah, it seems fine.
You know?
Well then, let's see it.
What the heck?
What the heck? This thing's like a kid's toy. It looks like it can store like 5 pictures, maybe. Doesn't even have a timer or anything.
Well,
On top of that, its appearance seems quite questionable. Is this some kind of anime character? Strange. Bro, she's not strange. She's Princess Pickles from Demon Angel, Pretty Pudgy Princess. Oh, you recognize this, Ifumi? Of course I recognize it. It's a super rare prize that was given away at a bingo contest at a big anime convention. You have any idea how much I had to pay that guy to get my hands on it? Wait, that's my camera! What?
Damnation!
Where did you find it? In the physics lab. It's my most prized possession. I brought it here with me, but I lost it on the first day, along with my phone.
let's see.
Why would it have reappeared in the physics lab?
However...
But look at it.
What?
It got all messed up. Like when someone steals a sticker from your collection, you buy a secondhand shirt. Well, that's it. Huh? That's it. It's not mint condition. I don't need it anymore. But weren't you just saying how much it meant to you? Then may I have it? I might be able to find some sort of use for it. If any of you would like to borrow it, please feel free to ask. Well, I can't really imagine any of us are going to need to take any pictures or whatever. Yeah, true. Okay, so I talked to everyone now, Tina.
So,
I wasn't able to help much with the investigation, but I did make one discovery.
Could it be?
It doesn't have to be a donut-related discovery, did it? What does that even mean?
That's right.
Never mind. It's about the nurse's office. Remember? There's one on the 1st floor, right?
Well,
I remember, but it's locked.
Yeah.
Actually, not anymore.
so then.
Did you find any protein in there? Or even vitamin supplements would be fine. I did look, but no dice. There's a bunch of headache medicine and over-the-counter stuff.
I see.
I see. That's disappointing. It is disappointing. Like the end of the world is already here.
His face a second ago.
I'm not sure it's that disappointing. Okay, I've heard what everyone else has to say, so now it's my turn. Hey, can I tell you guys something? I found something that's kinda been bothering me.
What?
What is it? I found this weird picture in the repository. Apparently Monokuma took it. A weird picture? You mean like dirty? No, not that kind of weird. It was a picture of Leon, Mondo, and Chihiro all together.
Why?
Those 3? And the 3 of them were laughing.
Oh.
It showed the 3 of them together laughing. One could have been taken. And there's more. In the picture, there weren't any metal sheets covering the windows.
Well
Then, the pictures weren't taken here.
Let's see.
But I don't recall hearing anything about them knowing each other before coming to the school. You probably just imagined it. Monokuma cast a spell on you. No, I saw it, I'm telling you. But if it wasn't taken before we got here, or after we got here,
How about that?
I bet they're all still alive. They left the school and then took that picture.
Is that right?
That's impossible. After all, we saw with our own eyes. They're all dead. Either murdered or executed. And they're not the only ones. Monokuma killed Junko, and then there's Sayaga. That wasn't an illusion. It was real. I'm sure of it. They all died. There's no way any of them are still alive. So we have to figure out when that picture was taken. Oh goodness. Monokuma most likely forged it. I can't imagine any other possibility. Forged? Is that all there is to it? Stay focused, man. Don't let Monokuma's bullcrap sidetrack you. He's right. More importantly, On another topic, there's something that has been bothering me. I would like to discuss that. There's also something that has been bothering me, which I would like to discuss. What's bothering you, Celeste?
Actually,
It's about Tina.
Huh?
What? Me? You said your stomach hurt, did you not? But I believe that it was a lie. What really happened?
Huh?
It varies from person to person, but whenever someone lies, they tend to have a way of showing it. It is called a tell, something you can't hide no matter how hard you try.
Is that okay?
Whenever Hina lies, the tip of her nose gets just a little bit longer.
Huh?
What? For real? Actually, no.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh.
But your reaction just now confirmed it. You were lying.
Oh.
That's not fair!
Yes, it is.
If you're going to lie, at least try to lie convincingly. Hina, be honest. You lying about your stomachache? Yes.
I see.
Why? Why would you lie about that?
That's it.
Are you feeling
I'm sure
guilty
of it.
about something?
Just a second.
No, that's not at all.
But
It just, I mean, I have a reason for it. A reason?
Sorry.
To be honest, I didn't have a stomachache. I did it because even if I came and told you the truth, I thought you wouldn't believe me. The truth?
Well,
I saw it. I saw what? A ghost.
Hmm?
A ghost? You mean like that ghost?
Hey,
Is there more than one ghost? But I mean, ghosts are...
what the heck?
See, I told you wouldn't believe me. It's not that I don't believe you, but I believe you. No matter what anyone else might say, I will believe whatever you say, no matter what. So, can you tell us exactly what happened? If you really mean that, Sakura, then okay, I'll tell you.
so,
So it happened last night. I was in bed, but I couldn't get to sleep. I just kept thinking about everything that's happened up till now. I ended up just getting more upset. So to try and cheer myself up, I thought I'd go get some donuts. Donuts again?
honestly.
And you ignored the rule regarding nighttime.
sorry.
I know, I'm sorry. I feel really bad about that. Anyway, please continue.
But
Well, so I left my room and headed off for the warehouse. But then I started hearing a strange sound.
well,
It was coming from the direction of the bathhouse, so I headed that way. The locker was halfway open, so I took a look inside. And I saw a human shape surrounded by a pale green light. There's no doubt who it was. It was Chihiro!
Say what?
No way! A ghost!
Honestly.
This is simply not possible. You must be mistaken. Just as in most cases of paranormal activity, it was born from your weakened mental state.
Well
Then all we have to do is see for ourselves, right? Let's just go to the bathrooms and see what Tina saw. It is a waste of time. Maybe, but there's no harm in it, right? We don't... Yeah. If you don't find anything, that'll be the end of it. You're gonna go and try to see a ghost. Is that really a good idea? It might put a curse on you.
What the heck?
You can just wait here if you want. I don't want to be alone. Take me with you.
hey,
What are you going to do, Celeste?
There is nothing
I
to be done.
suppose I have no choice. How about you, Mr. Ishimaru? Are you going to wait here?
Oh.
I guess that's a yes.
Can I start calling him Katataka? Is that a thing?
so,
It was right here. I saw it right here in the dressing room. I'm getting goosebumps.
Come on.
La la, Cthulhu, Facton. Shut up! What if he actually shows up?
I like how they both they know what the other one's talking about.
Where was it you saw Chihiro's ghost?
well,
Well, I heard a sound, and when I opened the locker, I saw kind of pale outline of Chihiro. Wee! In the open locker? Is this the locker? There was something in here. Oh. Huh? Inside the locker is a laptop. What's something like that doing here?
hey,
I remember seeing this. Oh, that's right. I saw it in the library before. It looks like a laptop. The laptop looks pretty old and it's all covered in dust.
So...
It's broken. I tried pressing the power button earlier, but nothing happened. It's broken, huh? Too bad. But how did the laptop get from the library to here?
It would seem...
And I guess it's in sleep mode, but the power is definitely on. Huh? But I thought it was broken.
I have a question.
Yes.
How does she know it's in sleep mode?
I don't know. Like, maybe there's a button that's on that's glowing green or something, but the screen is dark. You know, kind of like when your computer might go to sleep. It might still have a button.
Like flashing or something?
Yeah, that's showing that it's on. Because if it was totally turned off, like it was kind of before, it would be all completely dark.
Alright, fair.
Yeah. I would bet that Chihiro fixed it. After all, he was known as the ultimate programmer.
Then perhaps...
More importantly, Hina, you said you saw a green light, yes? Surely you did not mistake the light of the monitor for a ghost. I am surprised you were able to dress yourself in the morning. Oh man, if I had the love's cute, clueless girls attribute, I would have fallen in love big time just now. I'm so glad I don't have it. Well, I didn't really expect to find a freaking laptop inside a freaking locker, okay?
Hey,
It's okay. I mean, anyone can make a mistake like that. As a matter of fact, one time I thought I'd spotted a gray alien, but it turned out to be a tadpole.
What are you saying?
Don't compare what happened to me to one of your stupid solutions.
Don't
be mean. I was just trying to make you feel better. What if I get all depressed forever now? But listen, isn't this really strange? What's this laptop doing in here?
In other words...
Maybe someone hid it here.
But...
If that's the case, we found it pretty easy.
Wrong.
Whoever put it here, I don't think they were trying to hide it from us. Huh? What do you mean?
Hey.
Haven't you noticed? There's one big difference between this room and all the others. There's a big difference? There's no surveillance camera.
Yes.
Precisely. There's no camera in here, which means this is the one spot where the mastermind is blind. So you're saying someone put the laptop here so the mastermind wouldn't know about it?
It's true.
And what Hina saw wasn't the ordinary glow of a computer screen. It was the figure of Chihiro shining pale green.
Hey.
I think it would be best if we investigated this laptop a little bit more. It's just like Kyoko said, the display isn't on, but the laptop definitely has power. So first of all, we have to wake it up, right? I started hitting random buttons on the keyboard, and the display instantly began to glow pale green. There were a bunch of different icons on the desktop.
Hey.
There, the icon on the far left. What is it? It says, alter ego? Alter ego literally means another self, I believe. In the field of artificial intelligence, it is not uncommon to create different aspects of a personality. You can consider it something like a pen name.
Makoto.
Could you let me see it, Makoto? With that, Kyoko moved between me and the computer. She moved the cursor over the alter ego icon, and then when she double-clicked it, the screen suddenly went dark. And then a voice spoke to us.
You really came.
Master, you're here. Chihiro's face appeared, taking up the entire display. It's a ghost! Buddha, sweet baby Jesus, save me!
Calm down.
Calm down, it's not a ghost.
Huh?
Then, what is it?
Anyway...
I'm sure if we just talk to it, we'll find out. Kyoko began to type, hands blurring across the keyboard. What are you? And then?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Chihiro Fujisaki.
I always get embarrassed. I get so embarrassed introducing myself. That voice, the tone and everything. It's Chihiro.
I knew it.
Alter ego. I've heard about this kind of AI program, but I've never seen one for myself. AI program?
That's right.
It's how Chihiro earned his title of Ultimate Programmer. The AI lives in a computer, and by repeating different tasks, it gains knowledge and grows bit by bit. Apparently, Chihiro used a support vector machine and reinforcement learning to develop it. Eventually, he came up with a breakthrough in artificial intelligence design. Support vector machine reinforcement learning?
It's true.
To put it simply, it's a learning method for computers. If you want to know more, just Google it, okay?
In other words,
But if this AI continues to grow, it will become more than just a piece of software to help people.
Kill us all.
Some say that an AI like this might someday replace people. And that is why it is called alter ego. A fine choice, then, I must say. It can create memories, even thoughts, and grow up. The process isn't much different from how humans work. If you were to raise your own AI that way, it would make perfect sense to refer to it as your alter ego.
I see.
A second, perfect personality can never forget or grow old. That's what your hero created. That's alter ego. Kyoko, how do you know so much about this?
Are you okay?
Anyway, he fixed the broken laptop and put his own program on there. That is what this means, yes. Then he brought the machine to this dressing room. The mastermind would not be able to see it. You know, all this about master and whatnot. Yes. I believe I'm on fire.
Huh?
I thought you were only into 2D. This is most excellent 2D possible.
Huh?
But he's a guy, and also a computer program.
I feel.
Oh, that aspect is no problem.
I mean.
That aspect?
Anyway,
Let's talk to him a little more. Kyoko typed away rhythmically. Blech. How much do you know about what's going on? Master only gave me a general idea, but I do know that things became very grave. He found himself caught up in this without warning. Kyoko immediately shot out another question. Why are you here? Are you asking what Master had planned for me? Well, he wanted me to analyze the massive number of files stored on this laptop. I believe the files are related to the school, but the protection on them is surprisingly strong. So it's taking me a little longer than I thought. But here's what Master might have been thinking. The fact that the files are protected so tightly means they might contain some secret information. Important secret. For example, perhaps the secret of the school. While I was busy struggling to make a sound, Kyoko pushed forward and asked her next question. How much longer until everything's unlocked? It's going to be a while. But I'm definitely going to do it, so you can just leave it to me.
I see.
So because of how long it would take, he designed an alter ego to handle the workload. Smart. It also means that the work remains uninterrupted even after his death. Once again, Kyoko typed quickly. Keep it up. But be careful not to let the mastermind notice you. Don't worry, I've got a secret plan already, just in case. Actually, I can see what's going on using my built-in webcam, so if anyone suspicious shows up, I'll just scream for help real loud. It's a pretty basic plan, I have to say.
Yes, indeed.
That is fine during the day, but nighttime is a concern. Why?
Are you okay?
Have you forgotten? All our rooms are completely soundproof. Once we close our doors, he can scream as loud as he wants, but we won't hear a thing. Okay, then how about once at nighttime we each take turns guarding the dressing room?
However,
there's a good chance the mastermind would notice us all going in and out of the dressing room like that. Then what can we do?
So then,
once nighttime comes, I'll leave the door to my room open. Then there's no way I can miss alter ego yelling. Plus her room is technically the closest. But if you leave your door open all night, then
it's true.
There's a chance I may become a victim myself. I know.
However,
but I'm not as weak as you may think. I wouldn't go down without a fight, I assure you. There was an undeniable strength in her voice when she said that. She was totally confident and she would be okay. That confidence was somewhat similar to Byakuya's tone, but at the same time, different. Yeah, it had an entirely different feel for sure. Like someone who'd been dropped into a battlefield versus someone who'd been born on a battlefield. It felt like that was the fundamental difference. I was pulled out of my thoughts by the voice suddenly emanating from the laptop. Would you mind if I asked a few questions? I haven't seen Master for a while. When you got here, I thought it was him, but is Master... For a split second, Kyoko seemed to not know what to do, but she recovered just as fast and quickly began typing. Her answer was clear, concise, direct. Chihiro is dead. Mondo killed him.
Okay, then.
I see. To be honest, I knew all along. I knew the chances that my master would survive this situation were very low. So I was prepared for this moment. Somehow I feel kind of bad for her. I can't even imagine how it must feel to lose your other self. Hold on, I need to drink a soda pop. My throat is dry.
Fair. You want to drop off after this scene?
Yeah. Let me see, what time is it? Yeah, we'll finish up. After this day, I think, or like, after this whenever. Because it might be free time after, so we'll see.
Gotcha.
But it should be close to a stopping point. I can't imagine how it must feel to lose your other self. It is a simple computer program. It does not have feelings. Are you sure about that?
Shall we go?
Anyway, that's enough for today. If we linger here too long, the mastermind will start to suspect something. And then Kyoko typed one last sentence. I'll come back later. Yes, please do. It's a promise, okay? Bye-bye. The AI seemed totally different from when we'd first arrived. He seemed upbeat. Was it just because he was following his programming? Or could he have actually been worried about us?
Could it be?
What's wrong, Yura?
You know?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering if we might be able to get this laptop online. Then we could call for help from the outside. But this is just a dressing room. I don't think you can get online from here.
Well?
Well, if we take it out up here and find somewhere that does have internet access. That's way too dangerous. Mastermind would find out in no time. Yeah, true.
Indeed.
This is no time for taking needless risk. For now, I'll monitor the progress of the file analyst. I'm confident we'll uncover some kind of clue once it's finished. This feels like a detour more than anything else, but I suppose it can't be helped.
Of course.
Well, for now, all we can do is wait for the alter ego to finish his work.
You know?
So, should we get going?
It's true.
Indeed. Goodbye. We'll be back tomorrow, I promise. Come on, Fumi, let's go. Okay. And we all left the dressing room. I think there might be something after this. Just like a short thing. As soon as we were out in the hall, Hina let out a joyful shout. Isn't it awesome? I ended up doing something totally awesome, right? And as if he'd been waiting for his cue. Dun 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 dun! Hina has gained enough experience to level up!
What's the matter?
So, what was this awesome something? Monokuma! You guys all seem in remarkably good spirits. Did something happen? No, nothing in particular. Oh, keeping secrets? No fair! I demand an exclusive interview! Denied, denied, super denied!
What the heck?
Yeah, just because you demand something doesn't mean we have to do it.
Say what?
Do it? You mean like, do it? Do it? Wait, what? What do you mean, do it? Do it?
This.
Ew, gross! You said do it!
Just the
What? You said it first! We were just talking about going into the bathhouse. We had not had a chance to relax in some time.
Huh?
But unfortunately, the bathhouse is not divided into men and women sections. So we decided to rock, paper, scissors to decide which group would go first. Hina won the match for us, and that is why we are all so pleased.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Speaking of which, okay boys, why don't you just head on back to the dining hall or something? We're gonna take a nice long bath.
Hey,
Oh jeez, what are you gonna do, right? We lost fair and square. Well ladies, shall we go? Celeste didn't hesitate coming up with the ruse, and her poker face didn't even flinch. So she and the other girls head back into the dressing room.
Oh.
Damnation!
Nuts and damn it! We totally lost another day without getting to take my very first bath here. Yeah, but tomorrow for sure. We'll definitely get that bath tomorrow. Okay, so should we head back to the dining hall now?
Hey!
Hold on!
Hey!
Something strange here. Very strange. Strange? What do you mean?
Everything's perfectly normal.
What's strange is that this is the perfect chance for you to sneak a peek. Huh? That's... You're absolutely right! I thought you were all about 2D. About the 2D. All you need is just shut up, sit down, and listen to what I have to say. An opportunity like this doesn't come along very often. It's the ideal setting of a man's fantasy. I was forced to ask myself, should I sneak into the bathhouse like Monokuma said, or just go quietly back to the dining hall? So this is what I needed an item for. The weird, like, bath thing, whatever. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yep. With the man's fantasy, that's what the item's called, burning in my chest, I decided to head back into the bathhouse. Have fun in your man's fantasy. Have a smashing good time. We opened the door to the dressing room, silent as death, and peeked inside. It looked like the girls had already finished changing and gone into the bathhouse. This had all started as a lie, but apparently they decided to go in for real. Making sure it was empty, we quietly made our way into the dressing room. The Forbidden Land.
Is it going to be too steamy?
You'll see. So
Gotcha.
they say they really are taking a bath. Is this what Celeste meant about lying convincingly? Mr. Hagakure, please refrain from pointless whispering. We're deep in enemy territory here. Shut up. Just up ahead is the bathhouse, and there awaits a great dazzling passion.
Yeah, this is totally part of the ruse,
Snaggy, you're on point. Be careful, don't get us caught. If Ogre finds us, we'll be meeting up with ladies in no time.
Ogre?
That's a very mean nickname for Sakura, because her last name is Ogami, and she's quite large. I placed my hand on the door leading into the bathhouse. I opened it gently, inch by inch. I maneuvered my hand like a master craftsman to avoid making even the slightest sound. A little further, and then, on the other side of the thick rising steam, I saw.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure how to put it, but I always feel refreshed after a job well done. A 3D body isn't so bad in its new state, I suppose.
Could it be?
But still, I can't believe it, like, we're serious.
How about
Ogre's a girl? Yes, she is. Was this really okay? Well, I look too, so I guess I'm gonna have to say yes. Meanwhile, we heard the buzzing of busy voices growing louder. The girls had finished their baths and joined us in the dining hall.
You got it!
Ah, man, what a nice bath!
This is fine.
Getting a chance to stretch out and relax after all this time was a true pleasure.
Indeed.
Of course.
Normally, after a long bath, I like to make myself a nice protein coffee, but... Sorry, no time for that!
So in the
That's
end...
what I figured.
Actually,
we were just saying in the bath how it was time for you to get up to something.
Because
after seeing how happy we were, an evil little monster like you would never let that last for long. You're all so terrible to me. Sniffle. Everyone's so cold and mean. Even after I got presents for you all. Presents? Have I got your attention? Let's head to the gym where your presents await.
See ya later.
No questions, no dilly-dallying. Get a move on and everything will become clear. What is it? Why are you scheming this time?
it would seem...
He's probably going to repeat the same thing again, providing us with a motive to get things moving.
Huh?
Again? I don't want to do this anymore. Me either. I'm like totally traumatized.
However,
it's okay. We have alter ego. I'm sure he'll find something that'll help us. So for now,
correct.
we have to just enjoy it. Come what may. There's more than I remembered the thing after that, but okay. We will hopefully be done after this then. With heavy feet, we made our way to the gym, but when we arrived, there was already someone waiting for us.
What?
To be kept waiting by the likes of you, rest assured. If we had access to firearms, you'd all be dead. Byakuya, did you get here early? Did you forget how to walk? Is that why you're late? It's simple. Right foot, left foot, right foot. The same as always, I see. Her, on the other hand.
What the heck?
Oh, she's back to her Debbie Downer self, huh? I heard what sounded like a sneeze, and she was back to her old self. So she goes from manic to depressive whenever she sneezes. Seems kind of late to add that into the mix. Why does everyone keep making fun of me? I hope you all win the lottery, get hit by a bus. So when you want to say something mean, then you can talk, huh?
Well.
Anyway, looks like everyone's here.
So then.
Which means...
You guys?
It looks like everyone's here, so then, let's get started!
What?
Come on, out with it. What kind of motive have you prepared for us this time?
However...
Whatever you subject us to, we will not break.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. We're not gonna lose to you ever again.
Come on!
Woohoo! You don't have to get so defensive. Calm down. I've decided to change things up a bit this time. Up until now, I've been using the whoosh of the north wind to get you all moving. But sometimes you gotta use the sun to light a fire under someone's butt. Ha ha ha!
Without further ado, I give you this! $10 million! I've prepared this graduation present for whichever lucky student makes it out of here alive. What do you think? It's 10 million bucks! 10 million smackaroos! It's like totally wowie, wow, wow, am I right?
So that's the motive you've prepared, is it? $10 million is... It's not nearly enough.
It's true.
When it comes to motives, money certainly is the gold standard, so to speak. Whether it's a mystery novel or the real world. But there's no way we kill each other over for money.
Of course.
She's right. You can't simply purchase a person's life. You can say 10 million or however much. I don't give a crap. For serious. Yeah, they're all right. Whether it's 10 million or any other amount of money. No, not even just money. From now on, no matter what you do, we won't kill our friends. Come on, stop trying to act tough. The most important thing is to live a pure and moral communal life. Monokuma disappeared, leaving his words on stage along with the massive sum of money. There's nothing to worry about, right? Nobody would kill a friend for money, right? Have you so quickly forgotten the lesson from the last time? You can't judge others by your own standard. Yeah, there might be someone here who's having money problems. Personally, I've earned over $1 million from my gambling efforts. My life is comfortable. Hifumi, what about you? I'm super popular content creator. I don't have any problem making enough money to buy my comics and DVDs. Then,
hey,
just stop. Pressing others about their personal finances is ugly. Ugly? Don't worry. Either way, whatever's going to happen will happen without warning. That is the nature of this game. Ding dong, bing bong.
Is it nighttime?
It's time for nighttime. Time for them to go to bed.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug bite.
It's that time already, huh?
Hey.
Before we separate, let me remind you. Starting tonight, I'll be leaving my door open. My room door open, make sure nothing happens to Alter Ego. But just because my door is open, don't assume that will make me an easy target.
Because...
Or the predator may suddenly find itself the prey. Her voice was calm and composed, but it was clear she meant what she said.
You know?
Okay, let's everyone just head back to our rooms.
How about
And
that?
don't think about that whole money thing, got it? Good, let's break! How was that? Pretty good, right, Taka? Right! As soon as I was back in my room, I crawled into bed. Money, there's no way someone's going to kill anyone else. I told myself that, but deep down in my heart, I was still troubled. After all, I felt the same thing last time about having our secrets revealed. Even if the reason for it seems completely nonsensical, a murder can still happen. It's the lesson we learn. But this time, it's different. I'm sure of it. Because of the program Chihiro left behind, alter ego, we finally have some small hope to grasp onto. As long as we have that, then I'm sure.
And as long as the person who's a traitor doesn't kill off the thing, but the odds are pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Because if the only one person who doesn't know about the laptop program is Byakuya. So if Byakuya is the
Byakuya
traitor,
and Toko don't know.
Oh yeah, and Toko, forgot about her. So the odds are what 3/4? So 6 of the 8 students.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe. Anyway.
I don't like those odds.
Let's go ahead and save it on Monokuma Theater.
Fair. All right. I actually have to go.
Alrighty.
I gotta work tomorrow. I'll catch you next week. It was fun. It's getting even more interesting.
Oh yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
kind of
get
excited.
crazy. So.
And I'm still bugged. I'm still bugged about that photo.
Oh yeah.
How does that photo make any sense? There's only 3 explanations. One, it was faked or doctored, whatever. Second one is the 3 of them know each other from before the school. The third explanation is that they're actually alive somehow, which could be an elaborate social experiment, and maybe they're not actually killed off. But that doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And that also would how do you explain Sayaka being dead?
Yeah,
or
Chihiro
Junko being dead, or are they cloning them or something? Is this like a Tom Cruise movie where they clone the people and they transfer the memories afterwards or something? This sounds like some sci-fi bullcrap.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I actually believed Monokuma when he was talking about the air purifier being a time machine for 5 minutes. I'm just like, oh, I was prepared for so much time travel shenanigans. You have no idea. But I'm actually kind of glad that wasn't there.
Yeah, there's not really time travel in this series, so don't worry about it.
That's good, because that is just an author's nightmare for so many paradoxes and continuity issues and plot holes. It's really hard to do a good time travel story well. It's really hard. Okay. Alright. I'll see you later.
Yep. See ya. Bye-byes. Alright, so that's the end of the stream for tonight. Gonna probably eat a little bit and then off to bed for me. Thanks for watching.